Today is the 17th of March, 2024, and we're letting the garden get cleaned up today. It's not looking too bad, but we definitely have some stuff that needs to be cleaned up. The grasses and everything need to be cut, and I've started to clean back here in the back.
The crying heart is already coming, and I want to take out some strawberries because they spread like crazy. I cleaned out quite a bit of the strawberries, but now the crying heart has some more room.
I wanted to point out this rock because it has grown quite a bit of moss on it. This was all covered up, so it just looked like a green mountain. And we took away quite a bit so that you can see the formation of the rock a little bit more now. And I think that is critical, that as the garden grows, you want the moss to be there, but you also want it not to be overwhelming and end up with just a big green mound and you have no idea that there's a rock there. And we're ending up with this issue as well. The rock right here has been covered by moss. Okay, so now you can see the stone a little bit better. It's kind of make sure that that edge stays nice and natural. I like to just pick at it a little bit and then clean that off really nice, and this will grow back, but now you can tell that there's a stone there. There's another stone here. This is a section of the walking way that just has way too much vegetation. So this needs to be cleaned off. And then we need to take off quite a bit of the moss so that you can see the underside. Okay, you can see cleaned out in here quite a bit. And this rock, wow, it was really hidden underneath there. And here you can just start to see how much better everything looks if you clean it out just a little. And you can start to brush everything and get the algae off of it and the leftover pieces from some of the moss and things like this. And again, the idea is get the center and leave this natural as much as you can. just to let it disappear into the garden. Now it's late in the season. We kept these grasses tied up so that it doesn't freeze at the root ball. These are Japanese bloodgrass. And now in spring, I cut it all the way back as hard as I can. Thing you need to watch out for if you're gonna plant Japanese bloodgrass is know that it runs. So we have in the ground a plastic tube that they're planted in to keep the roots from spreading and end up having a garden full of Japanese bloodgrass. Got to be mindful of that. Protect him so that he stays right where you want him.
These rocks here are really overgrown too. It's crazy how much it's covered. I want to work on them also a little bit. So much rock underneath. So I brushed all those rocks, cleaned it off with water. Much more interesting.
This rock is also goes back to here, and I want to clean out that top. So we clean this all off. Doing it pretty harsh here. This is up in the foreground, and then as the background comes, I leave more and more moss so that it disappears a little bit. At least that's the idea. So I leave quite a bit back here in the back, and slowly, and then up here's gonna be mostly clean, so it gives an illusion of a little bit of depth disappearing back down a green foresty river.
How much deep? How deep should I go? Try to tuck it in, tucked it in, not tuck it in.
Had a small section of dieback. You can see how ugly and dry. There it is. This was all dead and very dry, and we had a problem with ants last year right here, so I would guess that the ants killed all that off. We also had a very hot summer. This is one of the sunniest spots, and so yeah, we get this dieback, which for a number of years we had a problem with the Sagina dieback, and we weren't sure why, and still don't really know, but we were heavily watering at that time. And we almost think that maybe it got too much water, but we were getting patches just like this all over the garden. For the first couple of seasons, every year we would get it, and it always started about end of June time frame, and yes, we watered quite often, so we were thinking that's probably why. Sure. All the brown's been removed, and this line's been taken back. This was the hole that died. It's gone on top. It's all gone, and we've replanted a few patches that should be fine in about a month.